Hello everyone, welcome back to the class of physics by the Vijay sir. This class continue of the first part of Gauss law applications. This is a electric field intensity due to a uniformly charged thin spherical cell. Here 3 points is involved it. One is outside the cell, second one on the surface of the cell, third one inside the cell. Right, first we discussing outside the cell. According to Gauss equation, integral closure surface integral E dot ds is equal q by epsilon naught. How much charge is uh, how much charge is here? How much charge is small q, right? Small q charge is there. Now E dot ds is equal q by epsilon naught. Now here uniform charge, because it is constant remaining. uh, this uh, this is a cell surface area. This one, it is a Gaussian surface, it is a imaginary surface, radius small r, right? Small r is the center point to the Gaussian surface, right? Total area is 4 pi r square, surface area formula. Now q by epsilon naught, E is equal q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. It is formula. Electric charge on the surface. Now it is a cell charge we are calculating at the surface on the spherical cell, right? Here radius of the spherical cell small capital R. Again on the surface, Gauss law E dot ds is equal q by epsilon naught. Here surface area again 4 pi r square, E is constant, nothing but uniform electric field. Then uniform electric uniform charge electric field, right? Then E is equal E into 4 pi r square. Here a capital R is equal q by epsilon naught. Electric field on the surface is equal 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by capital R square. Here small r square, here capital R square. Uh, third one, inside the cell, there is no electric field inside a charged spherical cell, because electric field intensity is equal to 0 inside the cell. Once again, there is no electric field. There is no electric field. Here, no electric field inside the spherical cell. More students confused spherical cell and solid cell. Third one, conducting, non-conducting spheres. Here, spherical cell inside electric field is equal to 0. It is also very important for a MSET students. This is a non-conducting solid sphere. From radius of the solid sphere capital R, Gaussian surface outside the small r. Okay, according to Gauss law, integral E dot ds is equal q by epsilon naught. Then E is uniformly charged distribution because it is a constant. Then surface area, again surface area is equal 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square. Then E is E into 4 pi small r square is equal q by epsilon naught is equal 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by small r square. It is a electric field outside the solid sphere on the surface, non-conducting solid sphere, right? Again, Gauss equation in closed surface integral into d dot e dot ds is equal q by epsilon naught, radius capital R. Then we can write E constant E into 4 pi capital R square q by epsilon naught. Electric field 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by capital R square. It is a formula. Non-conducting solid sphere. This is non-conducting solid sphere. Charge form uniformly all non-conducting solid sphere because inside have a electric field. Here charge does not there is no electric flux inside charge spherical cell. Here there is no electric flux inside a charged spherical cell. This position non-conducting solid sphere in this charge is uniformly distributed all non-conducting solid sphere. Then again our formula closed surface integral E dot ds is equal q by epsilon naught. Then inside E dot 4 pi small r square q by epsilon naught. Here charge and this surface q naught, if taking q naught, then volume charge density rho is equal q by v, right? q is equal rho into v. Q is equal rho into 4 by 3 pi. This is a here capital R cube. This value substitute in q position, then E is equal 4 pi r square into 1 by epsilon naught rho into 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. 4 get cancel, then E is equal 1 by 3 epsilon naught rho capital R cube by small r square. Now E is equal 1 by 3 epsilon naught rho into capital R cube by small r square. This is formula of non-conducting solid sphere inside surface. Take a screenshot. Charged spherical cell, electric field is equal to 0. Then I written one graph. I am writing one graph. This is a capital R center. This is center. It is a radius of the spherical cell. This is outside, small r. Then inside is equal to 0. Here taking a radius. This is rho by epsilon naught factor, right? Inside the charged thin spherical cell 0. Again at the surface maximum electric field, and increasing r value it will be decreasing. like this type graph. Second one, electric field intensity due to a uniform charge non-conducting solid sphere graph. See this one here. When this is graph, it is a graph of this x-axis distance from center to Gaussian surface. This is the electric field, right? Now inside electric field is minimum, increasing this radius, this Gaussian surface radius increasing, electric field also increasing, nothing but this, like both are increasing. And at surface area maximum intensity, electric field intensity, it again decreasing surface area to outside. Here surface area to outside. Then this is the graph of the charged non-conducting solid sphere. This is the charged thin spherical cell. This is charged non-conducting solid sphere. S2 are two hollow concentric spherical enclosing charges 2q and 4q respectively, as shown in the figure. Then what is the ratio of electric flux through S1 and S2 surfaces? It is first problem. How to do it? Q1. How many flux passing through a S1 surface in charge on the S1 surface to Q? Pi 1, number of flux according to Gauss law, pi is equal q by epsilon naught, because here charge is 2q by epsilon naught. Second one, here asking question, q pi 1 is equal pi 2, sorry, pi 1 by pi 2, how much? Then pi 2 is equal flux passing through S1 surface to again S2 surface, both surfaces. Now total charge of inside the S2 surface 2q plus 4q by epsilon naught. Then total flux passing through the S2 surface 6q by epsilon naught. The ratio between q1 and q2 is q1 is equal how much? 2 pi epsilon naught. q2 is equal 6q by epsilon naught by 6 q, sorry, this is q, this is capital Q. Epsilon naught cancel, again q charges cancel, 1 by 3. Then ratio between q1 and pi 1 and pi 2 is equal 1 by 3. This is a hollow concentric spherical cells. This is 1, this is 2, this is third one, spherical hollow concentric spherical hollow cells. Now the surface S1, surface S2, surface S3. Then charge 2s 2q 4q 6q. How many flux passing through a first one, how many flux passing through a S1 surface, right? S1 surface is equal how many flux passing through a S1 surface, pi 1 is equal 2q by epsilon naught second question, how many flux passing through a S2 surface? Pi 2 is equal to Q plus 4Q by epsilon naught. Third question, how many flux passing through a S3 surface? Pi 3 is equal to Q plus 4Q plus 6Q by epsilon naught. This is 6Q by epsilon naught. This one is 12Q by epsilon naught by 3. Okay, it is very easy. Electric field due to two infinite plane parallel sheets of charge. Electric field due to two infinite plane parallel sheets of charge. Electric field due to two infinite plane parallel plates sheets of charge. This is an infinite plane parallel plate sheets. Two are plane parallel sheets. Right, this have a positive charge, this is also have a positive charge. In this one case is in region, this is one region, this is a region 2, this is a region 3. Right, this one region 1, this is region 2, this is region 3. What is the electric field at region 1, region 2, region 3? This is our questions. Now see this one at region 1, in region 1, in region 1, in region 1, E1, here electric field E1 is equal to E1 plus E2 is equal sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught. This is formula. Alright, it is formula to parallel sheet charge, infinity parallel sheet charge formula. E1 is left side of the sheet, its electric field left side of the sheet, because here have a negative, left side of the sheet negative. E2 also then E2 is equal left side of the sheet, because this is also negative, then minus sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught, then minus 1 by 2 epsilon naught sigma 1 plus sigma 2. In region second, here also E2 is equal to E1 minus E2. Why? Because in region third, is this side, here E1 plus E2, E third is equal. Now here both are positive sides, because E third or E third region sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught 1 by 2 epsilon naught sigma 1 plus sigma 2 epsilon naught, sigma 2. Region 2 is equal to E1 plus E2 is equal to sigma by sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught minus minus E2 sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 2. Right, here conclusion, electric field due to two infinite plane parallel sheets of charge in region 1 minus 1 by 2 epsilon naught into sigma 1 plus sigma 2. This is density of plates. Okay, in region 2 E2 is equal to E1 minus E2. E2 is equal to E1 minus E2. Then E is equal to sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught minus sigma 2 by 2 epsilon naught is equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught sigma 1 minus sigma 2. Then region third in region third E third is equal to E1 plus E2. Both are adding. This is very important. Now see this, these are two special cases. If sigma 1 is equal to sigma and sigma 2 is equal to minus sigma,